and get married to us and run your fucking.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Bloody hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, your check as I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just hold an obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Bloody hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try to change, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off, I'ma break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft, you can change lives, you create thoughts, never waste time. You got one shot, you got one life, better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss, just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Bloody hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try to change, you can say no, free me. Try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Bloody hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, your check as I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just hold an obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Bloody hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try to change, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off, I'ma break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft, you can change lives, you create thoughts, never waste time. You got one shot, you got one life, better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss, just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Bloody hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try to change, you can say no, free me. Easy, you don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try to change, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions in the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off, I'ma break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft, you can change lives, you create thoughts, never waste time. You got one shot, you got one life, better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss, just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stain from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep, only scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try to change, you can say no, free me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to the Gray Pill Podcast. This is Angelus, your host with the most. I appreciate. That's just you in the background. Oh, good. So I appreciate everybody for coming on through. If you're new here, hit the like, the subscribe button, all that good stuff. Let me get a little mute in. I think somebody's doing a little something extra. I have to apologize for the guests. But again, appreciate y'all guys for coming through. If you've seen this, the thumbnail, we're going to talk about the Miranda rights. Has it been overturned? And we kind of break that down a little bit for everybody here. Have some great guests to dive into that conversation. So again, appreciate your guys for coming on through. If you're new, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff. Special shout out to Suzette Speaks. Was a guest on her panel. If you haven't seen that in the Instagram stories, all of the media that I have forth. If not, if you don't want to look at my ugly face, you can check me out on Spotify and hear me all day long with the other panelists and guests. So we're gonna, as further ado, stay tuned. I'm gonna give you a update on who we're gonna have on as a guest at the end of the show. Okay, so appreciate everybody for coming on through. Shout out to Thanos. Hey, brother, definitely make sure I'm gonna reach out to you because I know other people try to say, hey, you come find me here. I'm gonna find you, brother, because you have some good conversations and I love the perspective that you have on our things. So I want to make sure you have the Gray Pill experience. All right. Shout out to Glow. Appreciate you. Primer from a brother from another mother. Appreciate you and everybody else. So let's dive in this conversation. All right. So as I guess Mandrell, and let me get the unmute button. I don't know. Somebody was doing something with the audio real quick.
So we everybody else now?
Yeah, we everybody else.
That's what it is.
All right, don't let your brother rub off for you now.
Oh, it's way too late for that.
Yeah, shout out to Primal, Thanos, everybody else.
Yeah, she's had a
I'm
life.
on screen. Everybody else.
Right, she had a lifetime with me. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I mean, yeah, me rubbing off on her. That's way too
Sorry,
late.
I'm
See, like I said, you guys are falling for the cute and cuddly thing. Okay. That's what y'all did. Y'all fell for it. But all right.
No. I had a, we'll dive into that one too. But I'm gonna give you a flower. And I'm gonna say this though, Shusha, because I know a lot of people like in earlier panels that you and him been on, or you come on Austin with be guests in the panels. I would hear other people say, "Man, y'all so different." Until this one episode that you and your brother was on the guest discussing my Roe v. Wade on Suzette Speaks. That had me so up and down, hooked on that talking point for over an hour. I should have recorded myself reacting to it. I was reacting to that for a whole hour as if I was live. That was a good take.
What you talking about when we was on Suzanne show?
Yeah, it was a lot going on. And I was going. It was a good conversation. So I will say this to you.
My face expressions is like
yes.
But
If this was the marathon, the Indy 500, trust me, you lost that race.
listen, I was trying to be polite and respectful. I was like, this is not my platform. Listen, you can respect everybody else's ideas.
I don't know. I might do another late reaction and just pre-record and have a premiere because I had Medrill. We was up so late last night. I had like just tripping, and he wasn't saying, he just laughing and just barely react. He's like, yo, this dude just going in. I was like, yo, I might do another reaction. I'm gonna wait like I've never seen it before and then rewatch it, see what happened. But again, if everybody don't know Shushu, you can check her out on Black Men Unfiltered. She co-hosts with her brother Mandra every Wednesday. She also hosts here for Great Pill Podcast every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central Time. How you doing, Shushu?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Okay, all right. Shout out to Betty. Actually on the train.
Hey, shout out to Betty, yo.
Yeah,
I like her. Betty. Yeah, I like Betty.
Yeah, that's my peoples.
Very good people. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's going on with you, Mandrill? It's been a good weekend so far, thus far.
Yeah, thanks to you. I just woke up about 2 hours ago.
Okay. Is that a good thing? Thanks to me, you woke up, or just like, man?
No, I had somewhere to be early this morning at 10 o'clock, and I clearly missed that.
Oh wow.
The alarm clock went off. I don't know. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I had my alarm clock set the whole 9, and it's on my nightstand right next to my head. And
where that cat at? She didn't get you up?
No, she didn't. Normally she does. She'll jump in the bed and start walking on my stomach. Or whatever. Or walking on my back.
Feed her less. That would do the trick. Feed her less.
And the thing is, I keep food in a bowl at all times. You know, food and water in a bowl at all times. She just goes in and munch on it whenever she wants. You know, she don't eat a lot though. She'll go over there. You fill a bowl up, it'll last 2, sometimes 3 days.
Well, good. I mean, I appreciate you for being here. So at least you came on time for this one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So thank you. God bless you, sir. That good stuff.
No problem.
If
I needed the rest, so I need the rest.
We know how we be on you about it. So I got no complaints on that one. I got no complaints.
I needed the rest, man. Yeah.
So anybody don't know Mandrell, you can check him out again at Black Men Unfiltered every Wednesday, where he hosts the show. Have great conversations. Anything outside the box, real discussions. He always look for straightforward, real solutions. And you can check him out there. Mandra, if you want to give us a time for every Wednesday, we could check you out over there, sir.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Wednesday nights at 8:30 p.m. Central Time.
All right. Appreciate you. All right. And last but not least, the dragon with the dragon. All the rings. All the infinity stones. We're missing one.
One ring to rule them all. The woman with the one ring to rule them all.
Lordy.
Whose cuisine reigns supreme? No, I'm stop.
I would say this, Robbie, low key, you remind me of home so much because I'm from Jersey. I'm in the South. You know, shout out to me, poor me at the same time. But I have my cousin. She sounds just like you. The same personality. It's like it is what it is. So I appreciate just bringing that New York swag to as a perspective, and I do appreciate your education on certain things when I and most ignorant people in the spaces is unaware of that. So you know I have to throw myself too because again we don't know everything. I do have my ignorant faults. Unfortunately, I am man enough to admit those. You know what I'm saying? But I'm never going to point the finger and say I'm better than you. I know more than you. I'm human, so I'm never gonna say that. So I appreciate you for bringing a educated perspective to a lot of conversations. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, you have a lot of wealth of education. So I'm gonna use the hell out you and abuse that to my sister. So thank you for coming on. Thank you for blessing us on this podcast and everybody else. You can catch Robbie Privilege, as the name says itself, at Robbie Privilege. She has a multitude of content, very diverse with the conversation. Robbie Privilege.
Thank you kindly. Thank you for having me today. Hey everybody, how y'all doing?
Good. Y'all ready for this conversation?
I get.
Yep.
We ready.
Yeah. So if anybody don't know, shout out to you, Thanos. All right, man. I know you're from Jersey too. All right, cool. Brick City all day.
Thanos from everywhere.
Yeah.
That's cool. I want him, like, real talk, Thanos. I don't know if you're still listening in the clouds. I got a homeboy Deuce because he's active duty like you, brother, and he's in New York. He's originally from New York, but I think you and him will have great vibes, bro, because y'all got that kind of like chill kind of conversation and a good perspective, and especially with him, he's got a good ear. So when Because right now he's supposed to come through, but he's like, "Hey, I got myself locked out, so I'm waiting for the locksmith." I was like, "Bro, you're in Germany, so it's all good." So, so he's figuring his thing out real quick. So I appreciate everybody for coming through. So, all right, Miranda rights. Again, I have to give flowers to Robbie Wade because, Robbie Privilege. It was a topic that I was gonna suggest to Suzette Speaks, and it was turned down, but I still wanted to have the conversation because I feel like it's an interesting conversation to have, and it was something maybe people was misunderstanding with the quote unquote return of the Miranda rights or addition to that, if you want to call it that. And I figure we have the right people here to have that conversation. So do anybody want to explain the definition of Miranda rights?
Yeah, I can. Miranda rights is a constitutional requirement established in the 1966 Supreme Court decision on Miranda versus Arizona. That decision came down because the decision read as the Fifth Amendment requires law enforcement officials to advise subjects that they have a right to remain silent and a right to an attorney during interrogations with police while they're in police custody. So, in other words, you don't have to tell the police anything, and that's protected by the Constitution.
Okay. So, okay, let me just break it down for the regular brothers on a platform. So,
how do you not understand that?
Again, you know how the internet is, man. They attention span, so it's the internet. So again, if I do something unlawful, breaking the law, and it deems them to arrest me to take me into custody. So you're telling me that they don't have to, or do they have to read me my rights?
They
and
have
they have to read me my rights.
They have to inform you of your right to have an attorney present during the questioning, and then you have a right to just not say anything.
Okay.
That's basically what it's saying. Like you don't have to incriminate yourself.
Yeah, you don't have to talk.
Like
to the
you don't because technically before a cop arrests you, they're supposed to ask questions like what happened, and if you don't want to say anything, you don't have to say anything.
But wouldn't that be common sense though, Shushu?
No.
It wouldn't.
No, and then even when they detain you, like, and they put you in an interrogation room, like you don't have to answer any questions. You just tell them, hey, I'm not without an attorney present.
Yeah, because the thing is, Great Pill, contrary to popular opinion, the police can lie to you, and they do during questioning. Okay. They can and do lie to you to trip you up, to get you to say something you didn't really mean to say. Just to get you, they can lie to you all through the interrogation process. Say, hey, we caught you on camera doing it.
It wasn't me.
You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, they could lie to you up until the point they get you to do a false confession, but they'll use that confession in court to put you away.
So what would be the best solution for that one? Like, say, from that point on for interrogation.
Oh, as soon as they put you in an interrogation room. Oh, I want a lawyer.
Right.
Before then,
the second you get, before then, when they put in the police the handcuffs on you and they read you your Miranda rights, you have a right to remain silent, you have a right to an attorney, anything you can't say can and will be used against you in the court of law. All that. As soon as they're done with that, hold on.
A lot of people didn't even know that that's what those rights were called. When they read those to you, you have a right to remain silent. You have a right to attorney. Like they don't even know that's what that is when they read that to you.
How about
you can request an attorney present if they pull you over and say license, registration, proof of insurance. You now hand them your credentials. Yes, hand them the credentials, and if they say, okay, I'm gonna take you in, I want a lawyer.
As soon as they
say they're gonna detain you for some reason or you're under arrest, I want a lawyer.
No, as soon as they say to you, do you know why I pulled you over?
Oh yeah.
I want a lawyer.
No. What?
As soon as they you know why I pulled you over? I want a lawyer. But then again, that makes you see suspicious though, because he ain't really said anything. You know what I'm saying?
So this is you know what I'm saying. This is what it really is. whenever you are in the presence of police and they are asking you any questions and you say anything to them, they can use that as a way to arrest you. It is part of their investigation. The reality is you are advised to be cooperative with the police because they can arrest you anyway. However, you do not have to say anything ever. They don't have the right to search your trunk. They don't have the right to search your glove compartment. They don't have the right to even search your car unless they obtain a warrant at the scene. Officer, no,
Right.
no, no. Here's my documents. No, thank you.
Mm.
Well, can you? No. No. Well, if you answer this question, we might let you go. Okay. No, thank you.
Oh wow. Let me bring us something real quick because CJOJ, appreciate you, CJOJ. She says, have you seen British? This might be more from Mandro field. British interrogations, the suspect just say no comment to everything.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly. In Britain, it's very similar. You say no comment, no comment. But here you can say lawyer. And then the cops are like, well, shit. All right. They'll stop because most of them will stop because they're like, okay, if he's requesting to have a lawyer present, then we can't say anything to trip him up. And your lawyer will speak on your behalf. Or you
Not
can
a,
say for phone call and ask somebody to come bail you out. They can put you in the interrogation room, but then someone comes to bail you out. They'll come in the room. Hey, he made bail. The interrogation stops then. They have to stop it.
under the
You know?
Fifth Amendment of the United States Constitution in America, you have the right to not self-incriminate, which means you have the right to say nothing,
And that's
even
the fifth.
above Miranda. Yes, it's the Fifth Amendment.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's
What about
That's what I mean.
what about the
Plead
sixth?
the
Because
fifth.
I heard two, and there's a clip that I was gonna show, but I think we're pretty much covering a good chunk of it too. It was saying that it was the Miranda rights actually covers between the fifth and the sixth.
It does.
It
Okay.
does. The Sixth Amendment is your right to counsel.
Okay, that's pretty much after the fact you get locked up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, but my thing is, yeah, you're always advised, like Rob B says, you're always advised to cooperate with the police up until they get irrational with it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if they say, you know, I pulled you over, no. Well, I caught you going 80 and a 65, so I'm gonna write you a speeding ticket. It's gonna be hella expensive. So slow down. Most times they'll just leave you alone. Just take your ticket and go about your business.
Yeah, that's a good question here. Thanos said, is it true when the quote unquote the streetwalkers in the movie say you have to tell me if you're a cop? Is that true too?
No, they don't have to tell you shit. if that was the case, then no undercover work would get done. Yeah, cops go undercover all the time.
Yeah.
So if someone's you're a cop, yeah. Come on, then how are they going to infiltrate the organizations and all that stuff?
Entrapment.
Right.
No.
There is a defense in the law that something is entrapment, but police do still have the right to entrap you because entrapment defense is a very weak defense in the eyes of the law. If they feel the crime that you committed was heinous enough or egregious enough, they will still prosecute you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They sure will.
Why do people still use that? Because I think that's an ignorant thing to say. Like, oh, you got to tell me. That's kind of true too, Thanos. Thank you for bringing it up because I used to hear that a lot coming up. They got to tell you they're a cop. Like, huh?
Right. Yeah.
But see,
that's because people are ignorant of the law and they don't do any research.
Which I say thank you because I ain't gonna lie. I was one of those ignorant guys coming up because I heard that. I just never been running around trying to get in trouble. It's like, you got to tell me you're a cop. No, I've seen it on TV just like everybody else was. Like, that's law. That's the rule of the thumb.
Right.
Ask them. Yeah.
I've actually worked with a lot of law enforcement and I've worked in law enforcement. Cops are something special, baby. Don't try them. They the one of the most wicked and we're walking.
I agree. We had a guest on. She was actually a classmate and she was law enforcement for like years, over a decade, and just for her being that good Samaritan, it actually cost her job. So,
what do you mean?
Because you can't rat on your brothers.
You can't rat on your brothers and sisters. If you're doing something wrong and you're the fellow blue and you're doing something wrong, and I go just bring it up to pretty much bring to my superior, that's a no. It's not going to work out. I'll look like the bad guy versus you.
Yeah, and that's the messed up part. And that's why people don't trust police officers these days. It's because when because that's the thing. if you rat out a fellow police officer, then you're doing your job. If they're breaking the law and
Yes.
violating people's rights, you're just doing your job. But
Yes.
in the police departments nationwide, that's frowned upon. I'm just like, okay, that's how you protect the citizens, which is your job. That's what you're getting paid to do.
They hate IAB.
Do you mind explaining AI?
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Do you mind explaining AIB for the viewers?
Oh, the Internal Bureau Affairs Division, where they actually police the police. People hate the cops that, you know what I'm saying, police them. They not with it. They like, ew, get away from me.
Yeah,
You're a
internal
rat.
affairs.
Yeah.
Right.
You're a rat. You're a rat.
Right.
I like IAB police officers. Shout out to the Internal Affairs.
I bet you do.
I like people with power.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, it's again, it's ugly. The way they do it. Like even Nathan Daly, like I tried to ask him, like, why is it that when I asked him, why is it that good police officers see bad police officers doing dirt, one of the good police officers arrest them?
True.
He explained the same thing. Well, your career is going to be either really short, or it's going to be people going to make your life a living hell at your job because you turned into police officer. I'm like, okay, it ain't a gang. You know what I'm saying? It's not a gang. That's not what this is.
You could die in them streets messing with being a rat on the police.
Yeah, I mean, they
will not have your back. They'll be like, oh, you a rat. What happened to you? You all right?
Trust is out the window and on the bad side too. So I appreciate y'all on that one.
Hey, you ready? Hey, grab that right there.
On that note, I want to give shout out to the chat real quick. I appreciate you on Red Lipstick. A special shout out to you, Red Lipstick, because she actually clipped a conversation that she had in her segment and tagged me on it. So I didn't know what that was about. I was like, hey, that's just the title alone. I was like, that's look interesting. I'm down for that conversation. But unfortunately, it was a premiere, so I still enjoyed it. So thank you, Red Lipstick, for that one. So special shout out to you. Shout out to you, Miss Jenny. You had I like to ask people, you know what I'm saying, offer them mic, you know what I'm saying. You seem like a very loyal person. You let me know if you feel comfortable. I pretty much just made Von a mod just cause, you know what I'm saying, he just that type of dude. I threw him the rent just cause, like, I know you can do it, brother. I know you can do it. So it's up to you. But yeah, I want to go ahead and show this clip real quick, and we pretty much can chop this up from pretty much most of the stuff we're discussing. And again, guys, hit the subscribe button if you're new here. Definitely share this too, because this helps out for most people. Like, again, when we say ignorance, doesn't mean that you're dumb, you're slow. It just means that you're ill-informed on a lot of situations, that you don't have all the tools in your arsenal that you need to know. Because again, it was a lot of stuff here I wasn't aware of. I had to reread the whole Fifth Amendment, reread the Sixth Amendment when stuff kept brought out, and I'm like, that looked interesting. So let me just dive into it. So I appreciate Robbie for bringing this up. All right, put this up real quick.
I understand that. Yes. Anything you said can will be used against you in a court of law. You understand that? Yes.
This is the first half of a phrase used by police known as a Miranda warning, a constitutional requirement established in the 1966 Supreme Court decision on Miranda v. Arizona. It says an individual cannot be questioned by police without first being notified of their right to remain silent and their right to an attorney.
All right, I just want to pause on that real quick. So again, so people can look and see what the Fifth Amendment requires by law, okay? The right to remain what? Silent, and to obtain an attorney. If you cannot, what? Okay, moving forward.
Rights guaranteed by the Fifth and Sixth Amendments. On June 23rd, the Supreme Court issued a decision on Vega v. Teco, dealing with protections against self-incrimination and the Miranda rights. Following the decision, someone on TikTok asked us, did SCOTUS effectively cancel the requirement to be read Miranda rights?
Hey, so let's dive in on that one real quick, because we're talking about SCOTUS. Do anybody have any recollection or thoughts on that, or just want to explain what that part is? just to dive in a little bit deep.
The Supreme Court of the United States.
There you go, that part. All right, appreciate you. Appreciate you.
I was just about to say, yeah, the Supreme Court.
Hey, again, we have to. Hey, you got to do this, man. You got to do this. It's somebody to replay, be like, huh?
No, but like just real quick, you know, when I don't know if people remember, like if you ever hear someone say, "Oh, I plead the fifth," you ask them a question, they be like, "I plead the fifth." Like even on what Wildin' Out, like Nick Cannon has a whole like segment, like what you call an improv segment called "I plead the fifth," and that's what it's referring to. The Fifth Amendment, your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent, to not say anything. So
Correct.
that's what's tied.
So stop talking so much. Shut up.
Oh yeah.
Oh right. I plead the fifth.
Hey.
No, because you got a lot of people saying that and don't know what it's referencing.
Yeah.
Those is your friends, shoo. They be, you know.
I ain't gonna lie, you get that one. You get that one. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That note. Y'all hit that like, subscribe button if you free.
So there you go.
Hit that like, subscribe.
Yeah. We acting up right now. Not gonna.
Those are U.S. Supreme Court rulings, Vega v. Teco and Miranda v. Arizona. MirandaRights.org, and David Jaros, professor of law at the University of Baltimore's Center for Criminal Justice Reform. The Vega ruling does not change whether a law enforcement officer is required to read someone their Miranda rights. If a law enforcement officer does not read someone...
All right, I know some brothers out there in the chat and replay. Don't get triggered. It's a video with the siren alarms is triggered. So I know some people out there. All right.
on their Miranda rights, and the person arrested says something self-incriminating, it would not be allowed to be used in court. What the ruling actually does is limit citizens' ability to sue law enforcement if they fail to read the Miranda warning at the time of questioning and then later use that evidence in court. So
Let's play that back again so we can get some full context on that.
At the time of questioning and then later use to sue, limit citizens' ability in court. What the ruling actually does is limit citizens' ability to sue law enforcement if they fail to read the Miranda warning at the time of questioning and then later use that evidence in court. So we can verify, no. The Supreme Court did not end the Miranda rights requirement. Law professor David Jaros says the Vega ruling did not remove a person's constitutional right under the Fifth Amendment to protect themselves from self-incrimination either. So if you're being arrested, just remember.
You absolutely still have a right to remain silent. That nothing has changed about that. And the police are still obligated to read you your rights. And if they fail to, the proper remedy for that is that statement should not be available to be used against.
With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till.
All right. Good
Facts.
stuff. Good stuff. Short and sweet. Love it.
But the cops will play in your face. And if you have a public pretender, you still going down.
Not public pretender.
Which it still comes back to you got to do your homework. You got to do your due diligence.
That's
on
what they are.
Especially, and I'm going to keep 100, especially if you're a repeat offender. Repeat offender, them the ones that actually should know the law. Those people should know.
You ain't learned nothing yet? Like, come on.
Hey, shout out to being Jersey, because when I was a kid, all I was getting was speed tickets. So trust me, I knew that law. I knew that one. When to come in court, when not to do, when to extend the period, all that. Because hey, there was even a book. It was crazy. There was even a book that show you how to get out of speeding tickets, park violations, all that nonsense. So yeah. Do your homework, especially if you that person.
Facts.
And so I'm not gonna say all cops not bad. I'm gonna repeat again, all cops not bad. But sometimes even a cop will help you. Like, you know what, you just a fool.
Okay.
Here. This is what you do.
Right.
I have had situations where I got pulled over by a cop, and he was like, "Well, do you know I pulled you over?" But I'm never like running away from the cops. I be seeing the cops before they see me, and when they hit the light, I just pull over.
All right, New York, tell them like it is.
Right. So one day the cop put me over, and I had to like do my inspection or whatever. He was like, "You know why I pulled you over?" I said, "Yeah, because my inspection is not there. Of course you were gonna pull me over. I saw you, you saw me." He didn't even give me a ticket. He was like, "Just."
Right.
Have a good day, man.
All right.
Ain't nothing I can do with this one.
Emotional damage.
Like one time I was driving, right? I promise y'all. I was literally 3 minutes from my house, right? I'm speeding. Anybody else in the car with me? Listen, buckle up because we gonna hit it. So anyway, I'm in the van, right? Doing my thing. But I was looking like, I don't know, whatever, looking like myself and stuff. So the cop pulls me over. It's like 2:00 in the morning. I'm like, oh my God, I was just coming back from the city. Like my house is literally right there. Officer, please. He was like, you know what? Let me escort you home. No ticket. It's beautiful.
Because you're a woman. I'm gonna go ahead and just keep it 100 because you had that female privilege on that one. I couldn't get away. I don't care how many times I bat my eyes, it just ain't working.
There's female officers. There's female officers.
I've never seen them. I haven't seen them yet. I mean, I haven't been that lucky enough to catch one. I mean, I remember one time I was coming from let me get my ugly mug in here. I remember one time I was coming from Georgia down 27 just to cross over to get to the other end of Alabama. Man, I was just flying. And then it looked like a desert, how long the road was, and it looked like a dip. As soon as I hit that dip, the cop had to be like a quarter of a mile out the way. And I was like, in the middle of the road, because you had the left and the right side, the incoming lane and the going lane. And I was like, I just stopped. And he was right there next to me when I stopped. I was helping him out. I was helping the officer make sure, his taxpayer money, he don't waste his legs. And he got out across the street, perfectly read all my rights and all this good stuff. And he asked a question, like, Robbie said, hey, do you know why I pulled you over? I wanted to be that smart, but say, no, sir, I pulled myself over for you. But I said, no, I don't know. And he's like, this is why. Gave everything, read the ticket, even gave me the actual speech about how the speedometer is and how updated it is. When he said that, I said, dang, that's one I couldn't fool if I wanted to. But it happens. It happens.
I use I got a ticket one time because I was like, excuse me, Mr. Officer. It's like, man, why where you trying to get to so fast? I'm trying to get home. I said, well, I gotta make curfew for my mom to get up and find me. So
was this Alabama, New York?
Alabama.
Okay, let me
like, all right, young lady,
let me
slow down. I was like, please, Mr. Officer, don't give me no ticket that's gonna make it worse.
I'm trying to make it home for curfew. yeah, she said, yeah, she said she's trying to make it
worse. He was like, all right, young lady, well, you just slow it down now. I was like, all right, thank you.
Hey, can I ask you a question though? Because you're pretty much from this, you're a little bit like me, home resident Alabama, and you're living up in the north. Have you ever used your southern slang and twang to get away from some stuff in up north?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, all right, cool. Shout out to you. Shout out to you.
How does that even work? Like,
because like there's this I guess stigma that people have like when they hear your southern accent that you're naive. It's like Southerners are just naive. So like, and then when you pull up, I'm so sorry, I did not mean it. How are you, Dave? Like they fall for it. It's like, oh, she just don't know.
I ain't gonna lie. Thank God.
Like,
I want to say thank my mama with the good genes because I'll play that innocent look.
All right.
Like a cat looking dead in your eye.
All right.
What you think? You Puss in Boots?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you, Shug?
One time, because how in the train station sometimes like they have the emergency doors like for people who have like baby carriages and stuff like that. Like they can't get through the turnstile. Mm-hmm. So like my card, I swiped it through the turnstile, but it said swipe card again. So when I swiped it again, it was like it said fare just used. It said just used, but it wasn't like a ticket attendant in that particular train station. So I was like, but I knew this particular train station, like the exit door, like the emergency door is always open. You know what I'm saying? So I could just pull it and go in. And I was like in a hurry. I had to get somewhere, and like the train was pulling to the station. I was like, fuck this. I'm about to go through this door. So soon as I get through the door, undercover cop like, hey, young lady, come here. I was like, no. Because they be having undercovers in the station. That too. He was like, come on, young lady. I was like, no. I said, look. I swiped my card and it took my money. I was like, listen, this ride is paid for. He was like, don't matter. I was like, hold on, Mr. Officer. Please. He was like, yo, just go. So yeah.
Mr. Officer. As soon as he heard Mr. Officer, he's like,
right.
You know what? He's like, you know what?
Mr. Officer, hold on.
Go ahead.
He was like, just.
I ain't gonna lie. I go with the yes, sir, real quick. Yes, sir.
I'm not.
I don't anymore. I don't anymore. I was like, yes. No.
You on that level now, man, Joe. I can't do it. It'll hit me real quick. 10 to 2. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I still got my hands 10 and 2 now. I still have that. I'll tell you what. One time I pulled this number. You cut the car off. I rolled the windows down and put the keys on top,
Bruh.
on top of the car. I said, shh. He said, why are your keys on top of your car? I said, because I want you to know that I have no intentions of fleeing, and I want you to feel as comfortable as possible. That's
a good one. I'm gonna try that one.
Okay.
I'm gonna try that
one. Why are you gonna try that one?
I might be doing a long stretch. I literally drove from here to visit my mom in I think South Carolina. And it's this long little stretch. I can't remember. It's like after you go through all of Georgia, and it's this long stretch for about a good hour and a half. And I remember this one time, it was two black SUVs just flying, hadn't been doing a good 100. And here I am doing 80 just to catch behind them. And my mom like, yeah, if I stay with them and two big vehicles blocking me, the cop gonna get them too. So that lasted for a good hour. So I killed a lot of good time, right? So I saw this sports car flew past me, and I was thinking, I said, should I do it? I said, no. And out of nowhere, about a mile up, the sucker was in the ditch somewhere. He came out like Roscoe Pico traders, darted out. And I'm just laughing the whole time. It's like, oh, I knew it.
See, but God is good and his mercy is everlasting from everlasting to everlasting. Because when I tell you, baby, I be getting it on the highway, baby. I don't be having them type of issues. I just
different strokes for different folks, Rob. I'm sorry. I had to do.
No, I'm just saying you got to be more careful. Like you got to keep it at like a cool 95. 95, you good. Nobody's gonna.
I ain't gonna lie, Rob. I'm petty. You the one of them people. I would purposely ride in the car with you until some fuckery happened. And I'm like, remember that time, Rob? You said a Great Pill podcast, so you got eyes like an eagle.
Look, no, because you know what? If you was in the car with me and the police pulled up, I would be like, "Oh my God, officer, how you doing tonight? Was I really see this car? I just got it serviced and it just rides so smooth. I didn't even realize I was going that fast." Right. Go ahead, man. Please slow down.
Shout out to you. CJLJ said, I guess for Madrill, she said, nah, can't you just cut the engine? You don't have to put the keys on the hood.
I know. I wanted to try it though. Because here's the thing. It was late at night and I was on the interstate. Okay, and nobody's coming to help. There's no light out there except for the flashlights that the cops got in my face. So fuck this. Let's take the next step. I did not want you because I know myself. If he's one of those cops who's pulling fuckery, you know what I'm saying, and I feel like my life is in danger and I need to defend myself, I'm going for it. He's got a gun, so I'm going to kill him.
Oh,
I'm going to. So why put the cop in any position to make him feel threatened at all?
Note to self: whenever driving with Mandrell, whenever in the car with Mandrell, be the driver. Save everybody.
He's got a utility.
That's all, folks.
That part.
The cops, every single police officer in this country has a utility belt armed to the teeth like Batman. Gadgets everywhere, okay? And I got nothing but my hands. I'm going home.
That's fair.
Okay.
But again, everybody, recommendation, if Mandrell start walking toward the vehicle and you are the passenger, you say, "Hey, man, let me just drive." Especially if you get past sundown. Hey, you know what? Let me really drive. I'll buy you a cup of coffee. You said you like them. You said you like them organic eggs for $6 a carton. I got you, brother. I got you. I don't want this to be a venturing babysitting, okay?
Right. I mean, I'm just saying. Listen.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah, right. Don't put me in a position to where I feel like my life is.
Yeah. I get you. Shout out to you, Miss Creative.
Hey, Miss Creative.
Hey, boo.
We're sitting there just chuckling up and having some little segue fun times about conversations. Everybody getting tickets except for Robbie. Somehow she just navigating through all the pitfalls. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to her. You know, but if I ever catch, I'm telling you, I come back like a wizard. But we was pretty much talking about, if you wasn't here earlier, Miss Creative, we was pretty much chopping up. I allow that. We was pretty much chopping up and talking about the quote unquote overturn of Miranda rights, but unfortunately, it's not overturned. It is pretty much, you have to be. For me, I would say you have to just be more consistent in what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? If you know you got arrested, by the time, you know, somebody made a suggestion earlier, hey, by the time they ask you, do you know what you got, got pulled over or whatever, you could say, hey, go from there, take that tactic. Or if you know, and I'm going to keep 100, if you know you got a warrant out for you, or if you know you did some illegal activity and they pulled you over, still, you know, do what you need to do. Hands 10 to 2, be respectful to the officer. Like, and Mandrell gave another suggestion, like, hey, put the keys on top. But at the same time, if you feel your life is in jeopardy, that's a different story. But if the moment you are being obtained, be quiet, ask for a lawyer or your phone call. If the officer is asking you or repeatedly trying to get you to talk, do not say anything all the way up to that little jail ride to the jail cell or holding cell or bullpen or whatever have you. So zip your lip until you get your actual phone call. Then you can make another move from there, or you get a lawyer from there and take it from there. So with that being said, all it did was limit you to doing certain activities when you get into court or a trial. So that's all it did. So it doesn't stop the cops not to. They still supposed to read the Miranda rights to you. They're supposed to. If they don't, then that's actions you could take too.
Yeah, no, that's the part though. That's the part that everybody's missing. If they don't read you your Miranda rights before this rule was set in play by the Supreme Court of the United States of America, you could actually sue the police for violating your civil rights. Now you cannot. You can get the statement thrown out, but you better hope and pray to God that they don't have any firm evidence to shore up their case outside of your statement, because it's now unclean hands doctrine, because they didn't have the right to get that evidence from you. However, you have no recoupment for your civil right violation.
I agree with that.
Yeah, and that's the unfortunate part. You know, there's less and less accountability for police officers who misbehave and violate people's rights. And by doing this, you're creating the divide between Joe Schmo, the citizen, and police. You're creating a wider divide because there's no accountability. Who's protecting us from them? You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you got all the options in the world. I'm going to cooperate. If you want to detain me and put me in handcuffs, I'm arresting you for this, that, and the other. Okay, fine. Just put the handcuffs on me and take me to jail. What's with the extra shit? Why you need to tase me? You know what I'm saying? You tase me. You better pray it works. You better fucking pray it works. I'm about to DDT the fuck.
Fuck you. Fuck the plane you flew in on. Fuck them shoes. Fuck those socks with the bell on it. Fuck your gay ass fairy faggot accent. Fuck them cheap ass cigars. Fuck your yuck mouth teeth. Fuck your hairpiece. Fuck your chocolate. Fuck Guy Ritchie. Fuck Prince William. Fuck the Queen. This is America. My president is black and my Lambo is blue, nigga. Now get the fuck out of my hotel room. And if I see you in the street, I'm slapping the shit out of you.
Bitch.
This is America.
Yeah, because Mandrell's about to go the whole tangent. I like, yo, I got to break him down a little bit. Let the animation speak for you, sir. Let the animation speak.
Right.
That part right
my
there.
My president is black and my Lambo is blue.
Like I know myself. I know my triggers. Just
Guys.
don't let me or someone I care about or love. Yeah, come on. What's with the
Yeah.
extra shit?
So let me ask y'all a question. You ready?
Sure.
How do I say this nicely? It has been my supreme thought that ever since that Trayvon Martin case, right, way back in the day, and what they've been doing, actually, it goes a little farther, like LA riots, you know what I'm saying, Watts, all this and all that. That they're really trying to set up, you know what I'm saying, this war. They're trying to incite a situation. I just think this is another layer. I just think they're gonna keep pushing the envelope until they can't push the envelope no more. Because movies like Training Day exist for a reason. Like a lot of people think movies are pretend. If you think dirty cops like that ain't dirty macking in their hoods, and some of them essays and them homeboys ain't ready to sit on them and do a thing or two to them, you would be
So
mistaken. I think it's about to be some problems. I don't
So
know.
to be fair, so because I don't want to make it about a cop thing, but I know it's kind of going there because that's what Miranda writes. So you're saying that your thought is that, or your predictions that they're going to slowly eliminate one amendment at a time to make it more easier for law to be more corrupt than it already is.
No, my prediction is they gonna keep pressing at people until people revolt. I mean, honestly, let's look at what we've seen go down with the Supreme Court in the past week while everybody was sleeping. It wasn't just Miranda that got overturned. It wasn't just Roe v. Wade that got overturned. There's immigration laws. They releasing state secrets, a whole bunch of stuff that got declassified. This is a recipe for disaster. This is a whole bunch of stuff going down while everybody is sleeping and not paying attention.
Mhm.
But
Did
when
you know,
people go ahead, Mandra.
I was about to say, did you notice with right after that, all those statements from the Secret Service got released?
Yeah,
You
that's what I'm
remember? Because you
saying.
remember, yeah, remember when January 6th happened? The Secret Service was they talked to Homeland Security and the police departments, right? Because everyone's wondering where was President Trump. Well, Trump turned out he wanted to go to the Capitol on January 6th and walk people into there in the whole 9 yards, but the Secret Service stopped him from doing it, and that's because and then he ended up getting into a fight with one of the agents and all kind of crazy shit. My thing is this: we should not know that. That's something we shouldn't know because Secret Service should not be talking. Your answer to everyone, aside from the president and another agent, should be no comment. You should
But
not. No, look, Secret Service should be talking amongst the Secret Service and to the president because the president is the only person you answer to directly.
but
Everybody else, the rest of the world, it should be no comment.
but they scared that Trump gonna make it back in.
No,
January 6th.
If it happens, it happens. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
No, but y'all don't understand what they're doing. They're setting the stage so that it would be impossible for the Republican National Convention to even nominate him for a presidential candidacy.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right, that sounds like that might be a whole other conversation.
They trying to. I mean, it's sad, but they really trying to bring him back for the next 2024.
Yeah, and I mean,
I'm just gonna say this. I mean, you know what? I'm not gonna bring it because I don't want to dive any deeper in that. We can have
let's not dive in.
Yeah,
It could be a deep dive.
It'd be a whole other conversation because I know last time we had it was Rob B. Shout out to my boy Cam and then Mandrell. It was a topic we had. I think it was with Roe v. Wade the second time, and that was a really good conversation. So we can, we'll have a conversation about that one because I know he's a real good dude that likes to have conversations about that. Yeah. So with that being said, because I feel like this topic, like it need to be had, but it's not really like a 2-hour conversation, but it still needed just a good breakdown so people can understand on both sides the angles. I know, the clip that we showed they're doing there. Oh, also the links are below. So even if you go back and replay and watch it, it's called Verified. You can Google them, look them up. They got all the information there. The link will be down below also. Heck, again, don't be lazy. Google the words. Look up the Miranda rights. Look up what it is. Look up if it mentioned Fifth Amendment, Sixth Amendment, just to get a little education on it. Heck, even YouTube video if you even that lazy. And I'm not just trying to disrespect it, but we live in a society now. People have very short attention spans. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's not a big booty and smile, nobody ain't paying attention to it. So watch the video if you don't feel like reading. Watch the video so they can talk to you and walk you through it. Heck, come check us out, the Gray Pill Podcast. Catch us back on the replay. Share, like, and subscribe to everybody else so they can get a little fistful of it too. So I appreciate you on that one. But I guess we'll do final thoughts on this one because I'm not gonna beat nobody head with this topic. But final thoughts. We'll go around a little bit. Mandrell. Final thoughts with good old Miranda.
Final thoughts on Miranda rights. Understand people that if they don't say anything, or if you do say anything, one word, lawyer. You don't have a lawyer, 2 words, phone call. Okay? Don't talk to the cops because they can and do lie to you. You know, and try your best not to look suspicious. Miranda rights, you still got them. You still have the right to remain silent and to have legal counsel. So that hasn't gone anywhere. So don't be paranoid. It's just if they violate that, you can't really sue and do anything. That's all. But just keep that in mind, people. Don't listen to false information.
Exactly. Robbie.
Protect yourself. No, I'm just playing.
Okay.
No, seriously though. Stop talking to these police, man. You don't owe them nothing. You don't even know them. I don't care if it's a police officer, if it's an FBI, if it's a Secret Service agent. Don't say anything, and you will go home. Now, they may detain you in somebody's county for a couple little hours, couple little days, keep you some bail money in the car, you know, in that little manual for your vehicle, right? Because it's in the lockbox in your, you know what I'm saying, your glove compartment anyway. Keep you like a couple little $500,000 in there. You know what I'm saying? Close that up, lock it in your trunk.
Or your submissive woman, wife, or girlfriend.
Yeah, listen. Don't let it be a casino situation. Don't have you a ginger. She's gonna take the ransom money, you know what I'm saying, do what she do. But keep that money on deck so you could go your ass home, be quiet, don't say nothing, pay the lawyer if you out here doing dirt in these streets and you're a criminal. I don't have anything against criminals. I have things against stupid criminals. If you're committing crimes, you better have a lawyer firm. Don't you get public pretender. Remember, they work with the prosecutor and the police and the judge. They are not your friend. They do not have your best interest in mind.
That part.
Well, I would say my final thoughts are you have the right to remain silent. So, and do so. That's your constitutional right. You got a right to remain silent and do so. You have a right to an attorney. Request one. That's it. Exercise your right because it is your constitutional right to do so. And for anyone who finds themselves in trouble a lot, learn the system, learn the law. Okay. So, I mean, hey, it'll make things a little bit easier for you. Anyway, that's it.
I appreciate it. And where can they find you? Tuesdays and Wednesdays?
You know, see, on Tuesday and Saturday, you can find me right here, you know what I'm saying, on the Great Pill Podcast, chop it up, y'all mean. On Wednesdays, you can find me on Black Man Unfiltered Network with Unapologetic with Mandrell up there. And I also have my own YouTube channel as Shamiria, and I have all kind of content up there, mostly like clips from the panels that I'm on, but also I'm the actress, so I have like some of my work, some acting projects that I've done. I also do vlogs about life as an actress.
And where can they find you on Sunday?
All right, yeah. Y'all mean I can't forget on Sundays you can find me on.
You see how people hate?
I got you, Rob.
I got you, man.
You can catch me on Sundays on Robbie Privilege. YouTube channel on our show. It's Queens Discussing Kings and Things. You definitely want to check that out because we be good though. So.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Also, tell them about #Actors Life. I like that. I like that channel.
Oh yeah, I got a second YouTube channel. It's called #Actors Life.
That's your first one, actually. That was your first one.
Oh.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
It's a show that
excellent.
I produced, all about the entertainment industry, and I interview people from all aspects of the industry, from directors, producers, even casting directors, other actors. I interviewed the president of SAG-AFTRA, the Actors Union, and we just discussed all of the things that they don't tell you in film school, all of the things that they don't tell you in these acting classes, all of the things that these actors don't tell you in interviews, all the interviews that they make it seem like, oh, everything is effortless and it's just, oh, it's wonderful, fabulous all the time. Well, it's not. So,
and the one with the president of SAG-AFTRA that was a fantastic interview. Also, the one with the series you did with that lawyer, the entertainment lawyer.
Oh yeah.
Y'all got in. Y'all went in with that one. That was
my interview with the president of SAG-AFTRA. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're good. You're good.
But the interview I did with the president of SAG-AFTRA, I had him come on and explain who and what SAG-AFTRA was and what significance they serve to the acting community. Because all I knew is, and for those who don't know, SAG-AFTRA is the Actors Union. And so like they represent actors, not only actors, but if you are a performer in any aspect of the entertainment industry, you are represented by SAG-AFTRA. And what they do is like they make sure that your rights are protected. If you aren't like paid or whatever, like you need a lawyer, like they provide lawyer services. If you are having a hard time financially, like they have programs where you can they can get you like your stipends. They also have like housing services, all kind of stuff for actors. They make sure that actors have a retirement plan or retirement fund. All of these things I never knew. All I knew about the Actors Union was that once you got your SAG card, you were considered officially an actor. Like you consider yourself a professional.
Oh wow! Shout out to you.
Nothing else about the. So
that's like a good conversation. So definitely check that out. So all right, appreciate it. I didn't know that. Thank you, Madrill.
Yeah. Oh, and my attorney too. I started a series about it because she talks about like what your rights are and stuff like that as a performer, and like how people get taken advantage of and stuff like that because they don't know the law. Like even on the entertainment side, they don't know the law. So.
Oh wow! All right.
Hey, you ready? Hey, grab that right there.
All right. On that note, let me get my ugly mug in his face. All right, guys. I know I'm ugly. You don't want you laughing at me, man.
No, you ain't ugly.
No. Yeah. I'm butt ugly, man. I don't know why you doing
that. No, I am. Terrible.
Yeah.
Tried it.
Yeah, I'm a gremlin. You know what I'm saying?
Until you throw strap in.
What are you talking about right now?
Emotional.
No, we're not. Well, yeah, but on that note, so again, I appreciate everybody for coming on through. We, again, I figure like just do a short one, have some very educated people in here to have the conversation, kind of break it down a little bit. All the links and everything's below. Go back and check us on the replay so we get educated on Roe v. Wade. Excuse me. She got me stuck on Roe v. Wade. The Miranda rights, have not been overturned. It just limiting you on certain things. But again, the officers are supposed to read you your rights. But just to keep Mandrill in a little high spirits, you know what I'm saying? Because he actually took his time out to.
We're gonna do it?
Yes, we're gonna do it, sir.
Oh Lord.
Hear the music.
Put your mask on. 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 Put your mask on.
Hold up, hold my phone. Shake it up, 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 shake it up. Let go, let go. Get it right, get it right, get it right, get it right, get it
that.
I see it.
All right, again, guys, I appreciate y'all for coming on through. Again, if you're new, subscribe. We'll catch you Tuesday. Just for special, like I said, if you came to the end of it, we're gonna have a special guest. Suzette Speaks is gonna be on for this Tuesday for the all women's panel. I'm gonna also be networking a little bit more harder for y'all guys. Pause for a little bit more deep diving for some more extra guests, so we can have these great conversations, fun and silly ones throughout the week. So I appreciate you. Check me out if you need to find me. Catch me. All my contacts is there on the link, the Instagram, the emails, all the good conversations and contacts. All right, so thank you. Welcome to the Great Pill Podcast.
I will be one of the greatest. That is a vow, yeah, that is a promise. Always wanted to be famous, just being real, yeah, just being honest. My haters won't always be nameless. Give them no clout, I give them no power. Creators built different, they ancient. Sooner than later, all will be ours. I keep an eye